Happy Friday to you, everyone. You know, just a couple weeks ago, I was standing with a client. We were watching some dogs playing, and the play started to pick up, started becoming a little bit more intense. And we're just standing there, and all of a sudden she looks over at me and she goes, "They are playing, right?" I went, "Oh yeah, they're just playing." So she watches for a little bit more, then she looks back at me again. She says, "How do you know? How do you know? Because I probably would have broken that up by now." And that's a really good question, because I get asked that question all the time. How can you tell the difference between play and reality? Is it just having a bunch of fun? Are we starting to get serious here? Do I need to intervene? Do I just let it go? What do I do? Well, I'm telling you what, you have a lot of company if you've been asking that question, because ethologists have asked that question for years now. How do young animals know that they're engaged in play? How do they know that? Been studying for a long time. And better yet, how do they communicate to the other animal? "Hey, dude, that was just play, just so you know. That was just play." You know, again, we see it with human beings as well. How do we know when we're playing? Sometimes you have to ask someone, "Are you being serious? Is this real?" Yeah, you got to kind of like hit that pause button, that timeout button for a second. So how do animals communicate this information that I'm playing to one another? And do they actually do that? You know, do they know the difference between play and reality? And it's absolutely true. They really do. A lot of studies have been done on this, tons and tons, way too many for me to even denote, but they're out there, and I'll definitely drop the link to some of the studies in the Facebook thread so you guys can just read it this weekend when you're sitting around probably in the rain. Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of play. The last couple of days I talked about locomotor play. And I'll tell you what, this has definitely got to put a grin on your face. Just look on the look of that dog's face there. Incredible. Locomotor play, baby. There you go. All right, juke, jive, zig, zag. You got to learn how to do that. Man, you grow up to be an animal that's got to hunt large animals. I'm telling you what, if you zig when you were supposed to zag, that could have very serious consequences. So again, locomotor play is very, very important for young animals, especially when they grow up into adulthood. So is object play. There you go. Learn the object. Object exploration allows me to learn what it is, and object play lets me learn what can I do with it. And how can I handle this? And how can I manipulate objects in the future? This is really great for learning how to hunt. Imagine this pug pouncing on a mouse. Yeah, can you see the wolf in that animal? I know it's hard to do, but it's definitely in there. So object play is really important. But now I want to kind of get into social play. And what can we look for? There's three things that we can look for to help us determine, are my dogs just playing? Or is that real? Okay, number one thing I want you to look for is kind of like the order and the frequency in which it happens. Play happens more than real life, and the order of events leading up to the play and even during the play, they're out of sync. It doesn't make any sense. It's exaggerated. It's misplaced. Yeah, you'll see a lot of exaggeration. Wow. That looks real, right? No, it's not. Those pictures were taken while these two dogs are having the best time of their lives. They're playing. Can you remember when you were a little child? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Did you ever play doctor and nurse? Did you ever play house? You know, I'm the husband, you're the wife, so on and so forth. Ever seen children play out any sort of scene, whether they're superheroes or whatever it is? It's exaggerated. It's loud. And sometimes you go, "Now, that doesn't quite work. It doesn't go like that." You're kind of in reverse order here. In real life, this is how it would happen. But a lot of this is just simply these young animals are mimicking. And I told you before, young animals learn through free exploration and mimicry. They're watching, they're observing. They see adults engaged in real life behaviors. Because all the play that we've seen with young animals, all of it mimics real life. Yeah, after all, many of the behaviors seen in play are common to the other contexts called fighting, hunting, mating. So they see this and they replicate this. And even if they don't see it, then they have instinct that drives them to prepare for it. practice, hone those skills, or solve issues, assess your abilities, assess your other opponent's abilities in the context of play so that we can resolve this and maybe just blunt some of that real fighting later on. So one of the things to look for is it's just out of order. It seems exaggerated. You hear all this growling. You go, oh my gosh, he's growling. What's play growling? You see a lot of twisting and turning of the heads, but you'll also see other body postures that kind of help with that. You'll see him getting low underneath, one pouncing up nice and high. You'll see that in a real fight, that's not happening. Oh, real fight is Clash of the Titans. It's a full-on hit, pinned to the ground if you can. It's real. This right here, juking and jiving, going underneath. Kind of, I'm going for your leg. No, now I'm going for your tail. Now I'm going for your ear. It's just out of sorts, and it's super exaggerated. You'll just be able to tell by the look on their faces. One dog's going, but yet I'm in a play bow. My front legs are splayed. Yeah, looks fierce, but it's all play. It's mock battle. Mock battle. Look at this pup right here. Oh, I'm juking. I'm jiving. In real life, if this is real, this pup's probably getting the heck out of Dodge right now. This thing's pursuing it, chasing it, or vice versa. So look for that. Another thing to look for are just those play markers. We have a couple in here as well. That play bow. A lot of times play markers are there and they precede the actual behaviors themselves. Sometimes dogs even have a hard time telling from the other dog, are we just playing? We're just playing, right? This is play. And many times you'll see when it escalates up, they'll suddenly throw in a play marker. Like, yeah, I'm just playing. You see them bow. You see them do something with their tail, get their butt up in the air. You know, they do that to continue the play, to blunt aggression. I just want to play. And they look for those. You see all sorts of play markers. Face pawing is one of them. Pawing at the face is why so many dogs paw at us. Pawing allows you to send the signal, hey, I'm just playing. Or, hey, I'm not serious at this moment. I'm trying to influence your behavior, but I want you to know I'm doing it in a way that I don't mean it to be hostile. Please don't misinterpret it that I'm trying to threaten you or I'm being aggressive with you. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, young puppy, same thing. A little paw comes up here, right on the neck, right on the chest. Same thing. These are called play markers. And you'll see them intertwine. Usually it'll start like that. Two dogs will meet. Then all of a sudden one of them go, okay, hey, you want to play? And then suddenly they'll do it. You know what I'm talking about. Look for it now. Even if you don't, look for it at a dog park, at a daycare, or your dog just gets together with a couple other dogs. Look for it. And you'll see these play markers dispersed throughout the entire play. In the beginning, in the middle, even if there's a little spat. Maybe it does go up to a point where, okay, hey, wait a minute. I know you're just playing, but you bit me too hard. But the other one goes, oh, geez, my bad. It's how they learn. They learn bite inhibition by doing this. They learn from this. And if the play is still there, the potential play, you'll see one of them immediately initiate another play marker. Yeah, so look for that. You'll also see what's called role reversal. Role reversal or self-handicapping. This usually involves a younger pup with an older pup or even an adult dog. And you'll see this all the time. You'll see the adult dog lay down on the ground and let the little dog, the little puppy, get on top of him and go, take that, you big guy. And the guy's on the ground here going, oh, you're killing me, you're killing me. I can't help but laugh every time I see this. I see this with any dog. I don't care who it is. I don't care how serious the conversation was between me and someone else. If I see that, a big smile comes on my face because I know what's going on. Yeah, I am role reversal. And here's the cool thing about role reversal. It's not just play. Again, I've told you before, there is no such thing as just pure play, not even with humans. There's always a learning component. The neat thing about play, that learning, and I've told you before, all learning has a cost. There's a cost involved with all learning. Well, this is a lower cost, not a lot of super energy expenditure, lower risk involved if you're good at sending play signatures and you're evoking play. And role reversal here is one of these neat things that teaches young animals, hey, guess what? When you grow up in a group, when you are a group living predator, you will probably go up a couple notches and back down a couple of notches. Life will do that to you. Unless you're the mating pair, even if you are the mating pair, you can be thrown out of your own family, out of your own pack. This prepares them just like a child growing into an adult. Hey, you don't always get to dominate. Sometimes you have to submit. And they learn how to do this through role reversal. They learn that, self-handicapping. They learn how even the adult animals learn how to handle the young without hurting the young. They draw back on their power. Yeah, their attitude could be, hey, just so you know, you little punk, I could kill you in a second, but I'm not going to. And they learn how to inhibit that. They hold back on that power. It's amazing, amazing how they're so skilled at this. So guys, those are three main ways that you can tell if your dogs are just playing or if it's starting to head towards a land called real. Look for those three things again, the order and frequency. If it happens a lot and it seems just out of order, misplaced, probably play. If you see play markers, definitely play. They don't do that when it's real. They don't do this. You never, if this was real, zero chance that big dog's on the ground. Not happening. In fact, that thing might be halfway down the throat by now. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So look for role reversal. All these play markers, look for all of these things. And then, of course, if you're not skilled at it, when in doubt, break it up. But try to look for all of these. And I'll do my best to probably just put a few more pictures out there on the timeline, and I'll be coming back to this subject. Play is so deep, so complex, much deeper than a lot of people think about. I hope I've given you some food for thought this week just on play. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. The whole category of social play is about yay thick, and I'm not going to stay on until I get from one cover to the back cover on. I'm not going to do that to you. But I am going to talk about it for a few more days, and then I'm going to hop off of it for a little while and bring it back in under another context at a different point. And I feel that's the best way for you to kind of learn about play. But also think about your children. Think about yourselves. Don't forget to play, even as an adult. Adult wolves play, adult dogs play. We should be playing as well, especially during times like this where everything's a little bit hard, tough. Seems like there's never an end to the bad news. Well, go play. Go play for a little bit. Learn how to lead, learn how to submit. So many good things here. Okay, guys, be safe today out there. Tomorrow, join me again because I've got some more play. We're going to play a little bit more tomorrow. Take care. See you then.